Hey guys, I'm here. We are back for episode 2 of Amazon's The Rings of Power. The first episode, I thought, just did a fantastic job setting up the stage of where we're at in the history of Middle-earth, of this world, and where everybody and all of our major players are currently at, what their pasts are, what their drives and ambitions are, and kind of the state of Middle-earth as it stands post-Morgoth and all that, with this fear of Sauron returning. And you know, strange things are happening in the winds and in the skies as some darkness seems to be returning to the world. And I think it just did a fantastic job. It's beautiful. I thought the acting was really well done across the board. The production, the visual effects, all of it just gave me a sense of what I really was hoping out of this show. And I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. So guys, we're going to go ahead and hop into this. So if you want to see the full-length reaction to this, you can check that out over on Patreon. Or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access as well. Is in watch-along format, so you just sync up your own footage with the time code and you see my reaction to the entire episode. You can do the same thing for all the other shows we cover here on the channel. You also get to put forth suggestions and then vote on what movies we react to here on the channel as well. We've got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage to try to make it worth your while since you are going out of your way to support the channel. But of course, I know not everybody can do that, and a simple way you can help us out is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because it really does go a long way with helping us grow here. If you're new, I hope you enjoy this reaction. Hope you stick around, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all as we drive off into Middle-earth. Here we go with episode 2, Adrift. Here we go. Is that the Big Dipper?
Nori, don't! He's dead, come on!
Dude. Wow.
Maybe something dangerous. Now you sound just like Melva, and this is anybody finds out that we helped a stranger, and anything bad that happens the next 3 seasons will be our fault. Too long, we'll get stuck in a rut. Go quick!
No bodies. No wounded.
Perhaps they all fled.
Perhaps.
Or their bodies are used for something. I love, like, the look in his eye, man. The way he furrows his brow, man. I don't know, something about it. He's just, there's always, like, this sincere Eärien. Dude, man, again, I love the way they're bringing this shit to life.
Feanor's hammer. The tool.
I don't know. Like, there's like this look in his eye that's just so, like, sincere, but also sad, but hopeful. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not making any sense. Like, he's seeing more and thinking more than anybody else's. Anyway, whatever.
Have you considered seeking partners outside the confines of our own race? How far outside?
Hell yeah, man. He was the one that forged that door, right? That the Fellowship used? That elven entrance in Fellowship?
Oh, if I know Durin, he'll do far more than that. He'll welcome us with open arms, ram's horns blaring, tables filled with salted pork, and enough malt beer to fill the island.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be quite the opposite, the way he's setting it up.
We seek an audience with Prince Durin.
No.
Nobody sees the wizard. Nobody don't know how.
Trust me. You are master of your craft, my friend. Allow me a few days to work mine.
This music in this show's really good, man. Wow. Dude, whoa. That close-up, man. I have to imagine whoever that was that fell from the sky has got to be in like a Maiar or something.
Father always says a Harfoot without manners is as like to get far in life as a square wheel. I'm Nori. I'm Nori. No, I'm Nori.
Oh,
You don't remember, do you? Suppose you did fall quite a long way. Anybody's head would be a bit higgledy-biggledy.
Higgledy-biggledy. I'm good. I'd pass.
She goes. Come on, big.
Put you back into it, lad.
My guess is Gandalf, but who knows? Oh!
Friend, Nori.
Because if it was Sauron, I think like this would be a little going a little south or a little real quick.
I was separated from my ship.
Attacked. And you've not seen it.
Seen what?
The worm.
Like, isn't there like beastly creatures in this ocean? Nope. 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 I hate the ocean, man. Dude. That thing's massive. Well, that was short-lived. Oh, yeah, we did see him, like, separating his little section.
I'm Halbrand.
Halbrand.
What's our heading?
The fuck out of here? That's where. Damn, man.
Durin, have I offended you?
To answer that one, we'd need a longer lift.
You might at least listen to the proposal I bring.
Ah, there it is.
Journeyed here to see my friend, whom I've greatly missed.
Missed? You missed my wedding. Birth of my children, 2 of them. 20 years may be the blink of an eye to an elf, but I've lived an entire life in that time. A life you missed.
Congratulations on your wife, your children, and I would like very much to apologize to your family as well.
Too bad you're banished.
Durin didn't tell me you were coming.
Durin didn't know.
I've been remiss.
He's so salty, but I understand why, man.
You're staying for dinner.
He's leaving.
He's staying.
He's leaving.
He's staying.
Don't argue with the wife. Oh, that's beautiful.
Sing to it properly. Each of those parts will reflect your song back to you.
Gosh, I love her eyes.
It's a beautiful tradition.
Soon enough, we're left with our thumbs in our eyes. Elves for elves, no.
Has it ever been so between us?
I don't know. Has it?
Owley's beard. Some called him a fool for believing it would grow in such darkness.
Where there is love, it is never truly dark. How could it not grow in a home like yours?
Oh, God, I love that.
Sorry, sit down.
Please,
He is a diplomat. He knows what he's doing.
Tell me about your king's proposal so I can decide whether to present it to my father or toss it in the nearest slag pit.
I really, really like that scene, man. And this one can fuck right off. Dude, I had a panic attack watching Castaway. I've gotten better about it since then. I haven't, but like, there's some times when if I linger on the thought of being in open water too long, I can like steep back into that. Great.
Prepare yourself.
Again, that music popping off, man.
Bloody mice.
It's not the mice. Ow. Ooh. I love how they brought that back around to that. This is giving me like some alien vibes. No. The way this sounds like it's turning out, maybe that was a false trail to like lead them off to like that Galadriel was following all this time. Those forces are just lurking beneath the soil. Ooh. Guess what? No body. I wonder what they're doing with the people, though. Ew. Jump scare. At least it wasn't a big sting. It's kind of what I was expecting, though. Good subversion. Oh, nice. Jeez. Oh, nice, dude. Good thinking. I don't think that he'd be able to hold him up, though. He's a tiny little thing. Hell yeah. Oh, God. He's like creaking.
That's it, isn't it?
Oh, there. Maybe I was wrong.
Certain of it. He doesn't know.
I have thoughts on what that might be, but I don't want to jump the gun. The Dwarven history is one I'm still so, like, sketchy on. Let's be real. Most of it I'm sketchy on, aside from, like, some things of interest for me personally, but... Yep, see? What did I say? I don't care, though. That is badass. They make it? Or the ship stumble upon them? Wouldn't it be funny if, like, the same ship she abandoned on its way back, if it was even going to go back, I'd imagine maybe it would drop them off and then return. That's at least my thought. But that the one she jumped off of would be the one, like, you know, you could just waited, could just stayed on. That'd be kind of funny. The whole thing between Durin and Elrond, that whole segment, from the moment we went into the mines, into the mountain, I don't know. I like that entire sequence. I love the visuals of it, especially like while it's thriving. Because I feel like we've only really ever seen it in its ruin. And it's gorgeous, man. to seeing them prosper, and then to see that bitterness that he carries with him, because like I love it though, and I get it. I understand where he's coming from. I was like, what is the problem between these two? Because Elrond seems to be completely oblivious to whatever wrongdoing may have happened, and it's the difference in the passage of time to these two entities. Sure, dwarves even live longer than men, if I remember right as well. I think most entities in this world live longer than men. But, you know, like 20 years, like he said, is a blink of an eye to an elf who is effectively immortal as far as the longevity of their life, or the potential longevity of their life. But, like, so, like, he was like, oh, it's just been 20 years. It's like, yeah, bitch, it's been 20 years. Where you been? That's him. Like, you missed all these things. I've had a lifespan, like in the time he's been gone or whatever, you know, with his 2 kids, you know, this rise in the kingdom, his marriage, all these things that he hasn't been able to share with Elrond, because Elrond's been, you know, focused on Elrond things. And those things just kind of like fly by for him. I really like that. And it was a very sweet scene, especially with his queen, or his wife during that situation, because he's prince now, so not queen. Seeing her in their relationship, it was just really endearing, especially with like the look she would shoot her, like those wife, you know, significant other like glares whenever, you know, you're being a little disgruntled or abrasive. I just love that. Just the look she would shoot him. But at the same time, the way they talked about one another, the way they interacted, it was just really warm. Like, once they got back, and I think Elrond knew his play, because again, he's kind of more of a diplomat in this situation. He knew he was in a bit of a sticky situation, but he played it artfully. The moment he was in the home, he had a way of like manipulating the situation through the kids, through the wife, even though not with like malicious intent, but knowing that he could win their favor, maybe more so than his, and then that would get him in his good graces. It was a nice whole scene with that. And again, their home too was beautiful, and I love like the attention to detail throughout the whole thing. And then of course their like endurance challenge with breaking stone was really fun to watch and see how that came to be. I'm just curious to see what's going on there. Now, I could be completely off in this, because during this time, like right with the prosperity that's going on during this period, is that again not completely an area I've paid much attention to. Is that the Arkenstone, or are they alluding to something else? Because I remember the Arkenstone also kind of giving off like a radiant glow, and like this kind of hold up paranoia about those that wield it and hold on to it. So I'm wondering if maybe that's what it's kind of alluding to, because didn't it kind of like lead to like a vast improvement in like their living conditions, the things that they make, the things that they create and build and all that, but at like the price of like kind of sanity. I don't know. I can't remember. Like, they definitely seem to be up to something or alluding to something. But anyway, I like that we also found these tunnels with the orcs have been digging, staying hidden under the soil, leading me to believe that, again, like I kind of mentioned earlier, maybe there's a wild goose chase to make people in the land believe Sauron has left it, but maybe he's residing somewhere beneath it. And then we have this entity that fell from the sky, which my gut reaction was like, it's got to maybe be like a Maiar or something like that, one of Gandalf's kind, and Sauron. But like, you know, there's like a little bit of like this feral innocence to them when they landed, but at the same time, like this terror and fury and fire. And then the whole scene with like also the mutterings, but that could just be adjusting. And then there's the scene with the fireflies. I was like, I need to find these stars. But then all the fireflies died. Like, I was like, is this Gandalf? Like, is this when Gandalf first hits Middle-earth, because I can't remember when that is. But Sauron was already here before for them to drive him off into hiding. Wait. Okay, maybe not. Okay, because I was like, I don't see why this would be Sauron is the thing, and I feel like it's wanting us to maybe think that, especially coming from a ball of fire from the sky, coinciding with everything else that's going on. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm really not sure. Like, I've never claimed to be a master of any of this lore. This isn't like Star Wars or anything that like I've always kind of attuned to. Like, there's certain topics that I've really kind of rabbit holed in the past, you know, but this one's kind of escaping my mind at the moment. So I don't know. I really don't. I think based on the look, maybe the intent is to invoke a similarity to Gandalf, but maybe there's something a little more sinister there. Maybe it is Gandalf. Maybe it's that, like, otherworldly nature about his first appearance, him being a little bit feral, or possibly that could be coming through here, uncertain of how to use his powers properly on Earth, Middle-earth, for that matter. I don't know. It could even be Saruman, to be fair. We're this far back, though. I don't remember. I haven't really dived too much into their lore that much. I just don't think it's going to be Sauron. I don't know who else it could be, though. I mean, it could be a number of entities, but Sauron's probably just out there somewhere. We know Sauron's also a shapeshifter, so who knows? Fuck, that rabbit they were about to cook could be Sauron for all we know. What else was there? Galadriel somehow surviving the Sundering Sea without a raft whatsoever, but then stumbling upon those people who have also been shipwrecked by that beast that was swimming around. And, you know, they did talk about, you know, it's like your own choice or whatever, or fate or whatever have you, is why she's not on that ship, or any number of things. But as we know, fate and intervention of minuscule, subtle notions are very common, and some might see it as plot armor, which is, you can say that from The Hobbit to the Fellowship of the Ring to Two Towers, Return of the King, but it's all part of the plan, man. It's all part of the plan. Destiny puts everything in the place where it needs to be for everything to play out the way it does in the end. That's one kind of a theme that kind of carries out throughout the stories as well. Providence, as Gandalf would call it. So I'm curious to see how that pays off. Who found her? Again, production value is top tier. Orcs are hitting the scene. Those people are evacuating. Bronwyn's son found that sword and is hanging on to it, and his blood is feeding it, and it's restoring the sword. So maybe enough bloodshed. The bodies of these places that they've been rummaging are missing. So what if they're like bleeding them to restore Sauron? Or feed or strengthen Sauron? I don't know. There's a reason they're taking the bodies. Because orcs are corrupted elves, right? If I remember right. I don't really think there's a thing for corrupted men. Men are just corrupted men. So, like, I'm just like, what purpose is the missing village folk? Don't know. We'll find out. I really like these first two episodes. I thought it did a really great job of setting the stage for the show. I think the production was key. It was on point. I really like the characters and where they're at. I'm just really curious to see where things go from here and like what they plan on doing and parse these out. They've got a 5-season plan, assuming they get, you know, this does well and they can move on and feel comfortable moving on to all the seasons they want to make of this. So I would love to see what they do, man. I'm really impressed by these first two episodes, and it's got me hooked. It's got me intrigued, and I'm ready to see what they do. So at this point, guys, I'm going to pass it off to you. What did you guys think? What are your theories? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join us at our Discord. We can talk about it there as well. Links to that and all my socials are down below. Follow me in each and every one of those. If you want to see the full-length reaction, remember it's on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. Speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Ryan, Karen, Jason, Coleman, Philly Vane, Yorick, Coruscant, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Melita, Robert Anguiano, and Raven McGann. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. That's the first 2 episodes of The Rings of Power Down. I'll see you guys next week with episode 3. Take care, everybody.